So this video was supposed to be the long-awaited Porter's Gin review that I promised my patrons I would have done by now. And I set up, and I got the bottle ready, and I was like, yeah, I'm finally going to do this. And then I realised I don't have any tonic in the house, and I need to be somewhere in just over an hour. So I don't have time to go shopping. So I've had to delay that again. God damn it, I'm going to get it filmed this week, I swear to God. But in the meantime, I thought, well, we were going to do something alternative to whiskey anyway, so let's do a rum. So I talked about this last video, so we're going to be going back to Westers today. And you knew that because titles, that's how things work. It's like in classic Doctor Who when they would set up the Daleks as a surprise, and the name is literally Noun of the Daleks. So this is a spin-off to one that we've covered already. We did the chocolate rum 6 months ago, 7 months ago, something like that. I've had it a while. It might have been longer, actually. Time is a weird constant these days. And they come in these pretty little flask bottles, which I really dig. I just like how kind of homespun and basic it is. They did try going down the hipster, laser engraved, and it just wasn't working for them. They just weren't doing anything. So now they've kind of gone with the sort of, scale it back and go kind of fan-based, and it's working a lot better for them, I think, anyway. And they seem to be producing a lot more products as well, so clearly they're making something. So this is their chocolate orange. Now, chocolate orange at the minute is fucking everywhere. There's chocolate orange twirls, there's chocolate orange fingers. Those of you not in the UK are probably like, what are you talking about right now? I'm not going to explain, because the phrase chocolate orange fingers outside of context is funny. It's filthy, actually. But yeah, basically, chocolate orange is everywhere. As if chocolate orange didn't exist before this year. It's suddenly everyone's been like, oh yeah, chocolate orange, that's amazing. It's like, they've been around for decades, man. Absolutely decades. Anyone that's ever been to the York chocolate experience will know that, yeah, chocolate orange, it's a thing, and it's been a thing for a good long while. Bring back the chocolate lemon, I say. That was a thing. It might have been quite nice. Lemon's quite good. Lemon and white chocolate, I can see that working. That would definitely work. They already make a white chocolate orange. Why? No? Just me? Okay. Chocolate lime? That's a thing. They're not very nice. Like a boiled sweet with nasty chocolate in the middle. They're not great. They're not great. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about this. 40%. I've got a 20cl bottle because I bought a few of these. Batch code 0521 because we care, and there is a little bit, it's actually a little bit squint. It's giving me kind of Planturret vibes a little bit, how kind of off-kilter the label is. Made with leftover Dominican cocoa husks from Glasgow's Bare Bones Chocolate. So I would assume that this is also vegan, because they don't use actual chocolate. These are the cacao husks as opposed to, any milk products. There might be. I mean, there is a weird kind of sedimenty whirlpool going on at the bottom. You probably won't be able to pick that up. It is strange. Just kind of like that. There's a wisp here. It's wisps going on. Hang on, let me just invert that. I'm probably not supposed to do this to it. And it's gone. Might have just been dormant for too long. I don't know. Let's get in the glass. I've got places to be. I've got people to see. I've got more booze to drink, to be fair. Might do some shorts, who knows. I've done some Christmas shopping today, so I am shagged. Oh, here's some I can show you, actually. Not those ones. Is it these ones? Yeah. Mary's Milk Bar. If I've never talked about these guys before, she's a witch in the best possible way. And these are Lafroig caramels. Can't wait to fucking... Let's do the sherry cask whiskey. Whiskey? No, it's a rum, John. It's a rum. I don't do enough alternative spirits these days, do I? I've kind of the people have kind of spoken what they like and what they don't like. What they like is whiskey, and what they don't like is anything else. That having been said, the Baby Sham video does quite well for itself, so... It's reminding me a lot of the chocolate rum that we had before. It's got that similar kind of a milk chocolatey edge to it. It's definitely a pot still rum because A, I can read, and B, it's got that kind of grassy green funk to it that... Yeah, it's absolutely not like a Captain Morgan's tiki bullshit, it's not... I don't even think there is any sugar in this at all. It certainly doesn't say that there is. It's like rum for like most commercial rum is for people that never grew up. You know what I mean? Like, it never like got past sort of tween drinking. You know, and they don't really want to be seen with a WKD anymore because they're like 45 and they feel a little bit ashamed. So they think Captain Morgan's and stuff is like, you know, acceptable. Whereas in actual fact, you just want to get fucked up and drink sugar. That's it. And it would explain all Karens because they are just permanently sugar hungover, I would assume. I would assume that's why they're all evil. We had some Karens last night complaining about the food. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the food. They just walked in determined to try and get a freebie. Let me tell you this story. I had a table of 5. The 3 gents were lovely. I mean, they're all pissed. The 3 gents were lovely. The 2 women were Karens, and they were out on the game, basically. You know, they were here to try and like squeeze something out of us. So we served them their food, and then one of them didn't touch the carpaccio because they didn't know what a carpaccio was. So when it arrived, they didn't like it. And then he didn't say anything. It was like, oh yeah, it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't for me or something like that. And the women just went, that was uneatable. That was inedible. That was unacceptable. I'm like, okay, we've got one of these, and excellent, cool. We're going to end up having to take something off the bill. And I know already, like, I'm going to have to give them something for free because they're just being cunts. You get them sometimes where people just come into a business and will just act like a cunt because they know you're powerless. It does happen, unfortunately. I did try and dig my heels in. Oh lordy, did I try and dig my heels in, but it just wasn't happening. So then 3 steaks went out and 2 turkey dinners. Now the 3 guys all ate the food because they forgot, because they were too pissed, that they were supposed to leave a bit of the food and pretend they couldn't eat it. So they cleaned the plates. And the 2 women left some of their steak. Bear in mind, they didn't leave much. They left like a morsel. And they were complaining that we can't get through it, it's too tough, and then proceeded to cut through the steak. And the other guy who's eaten the steak clearly didn't have that issue. I was like, okay, we're going to have a fight on our hands here, aren't we? And fight we did. I did my best to try and dig in and be like, look, we've had absolutely no complaints about this. It's cooked to how you wanted it. It's the cut of steak. I watched you cut into it as you were complaining you couldn't cut it. And they basically said, well, we're not paying for anything then. At which point I was like, if I take the steaks off, will you just pay for the rest and fuck off? I didn't tell them to fuck off, but I was very close to it. They are still out there, despite the fact that hospitality is on its knees at the minute. There are staffing crises. We're currently getting cancellations left, right and centre. We've still got these bastards coming through our doors and trying to fleece us. And it's upsetting and it's disgusting and I'm sick of it. Luckily, we don't get too many of them. We have about 1 a week at the minute. And it's always the same. It's a fucking Karen that's just determined to try and get a freebie. And I kind of just want to say to these people, like, if you are one of these people and you're watching, stop going out. Just fucking stop going out. Drink some Prosecco in your living room and live your best miserable life. And just fucking stay at home. Because we've had enough of your shenanigans. We really have at this stage. Anyway, let's talk about some rum. I really need to get that off my chest. Yes, Mo. I know, I told you all about this the other day, didn't I? He couldn't believe it either. He's been fucking livid all day. Haven't you? Yeah. I know you told Anne. She couldn't believe it either. Well, the neighbours, they are inseparable. Yeah, you lick it. Oh, okay. Rum. So, it smells chocolate. I'm not really getting much in the way of orange. Presenter face back on. It doesn't really smell citrusy at all, if I'm completely honest with you. Maybe like a hint of like, if anyone's ever had like a Fry's orange cream, that kind of like weird artificial kind of orange that kind of has. I can still tell it's a chocolate rum, but the orange is kind of escaping me. It's not coming through. The rest of the nose actually is quite vegetal. It's kind of like got kind of like a roasted broccoli kind of a smell to it. again, pot still rums, they tend to be quite vegetal. Not all of them, you know, you can't paint everything with the same brush, but as a rule, if such a thing exists, gonna have to go with roast broccoli on that one. It's got that kind of green vegetable funk to it. It's probably not the most appealing smell in the world. A lot of people do not like broccoli. Fair enough. It's not the easiest vegetable to get on board with. I don't mind broccoli. Broccoli's fine. It's just broccoli, you know. There's the orange. Good evening. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, again, if you took a sip of this and were expecting Terry Chocolate Orange, you ain't getting it. But what you are getting, good God. It's like Omni-Man took one of those 100% lint bars and rammed straight through your face with it. That is a powerful hit of chocolate. I want to quickly say as well, I haven't seen that series, but I've seen clips of it, and good God, what is going on in that show? Wow. That makes Family Guy look tame. There's a really heavy raisin flavour to this, actually. Like, really heavy. I wouldn't be surprised if this was like the PX Sherry cask one. I'd be like, oh yeah, loads of raisins, you know, but it's not. The orange you get, it's a marmalade orange. It's not a bright, sweet, easygoing orange. It's a pithy, bitter, marmalade-y kind of an orange. But it works really well with the rum. I think if you tried to go too bright with the orange, actually, it wouldn't work, because there's too many other bitter components coming through. So you either have to double down, or then you probably have to start adding sugar to it to kind of like, you know, redress the balance, because it's going to be weird. It's lip puckering is what it is. It's makes you do an impression of Anne Widdecombe if she was talking to a black man. It's not happy bright orange. It is bitter, drying almost, kind of a pithy, acidic kind of an orange. Comes in with a very bitter, dark, heavy chocolate note. And there is a bit of kind of like a peppery, fiery punch towards the back. And what lingers is that kind of pithy, marmalade-y flavour. It's really good if you're a fan of bitter flavours. If you're not, if you're looking for something that's quirky and, you know, silly and fun and light and easygoing, you're not going to enjoy this. You're not. But if you want a slightly different sipping rum, you can do a lot worse. This is nice. Do you know, it's a discussion rum. That's what it is. You get a load of people around who maybe drink their whiskies and they want it to something a little bit different. They want to like, you know, change the palate up a little bit and go, well, tell you what, I've got this. And you put this bottle down, they go, the fuck? Why are we friends with this guy? And then they try and like, ah, you got me. You got me. Because it is one of those ones where, like, if somebody put that down and you're like a, you know, stuffy whiskey drinker, they're going to be like, fucking state of this. Who do you think you are? Ugh, not drinking that filth. No, they try it and they're like, oh, I get it. Okay, cool. Yeah, lingering bitter finish to that. That's delightful. And I've got plenty more of it to drink, which I'm happy with. Very different proposition from the original chocolate. The original chocolate had more of a naturally sweet edge to it. This is much more bitter and challenging, I think is the word I want to use, challenging. It's not stopping me from getting to grips with it as well. There's like a little bit of like a cinnamon and clove spice angle to it as well. It's a good Christmas rum. It's definitely thematically appropriate, if nothing else. Would I mix this with something? I think after one glass neat, I'd probably want to move on to something that's maybe more like a highball with this, because it is a bit much in terms of kind of like heavy flavour. It's not something you can sit down and sip all night, you know? It's a bit too challenging for that. It's giving it a go kind of rum. But it's appealing. I like it. See what I did there, because oranges have peels. Anyway, that was orange rum. This is more of me ranting than anything else, but you know what? My channel, my rules. And I needed that. Thank you very much for watching. If you like supporting the channel, or my mental health, there is links down to my Patreon down below, or you can join the channel by hitting the join icon, and you get lovely little features like a Taku badge and emojis of Mo and things like that. It's all fun. It's great fun. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I do stuff like this on a weekly basis. Uploads are every Monday. Or they try to be anyway. Actually, I haven't missed a Monday since I said I would do Monday. So, go me. Yeah. Preach. What? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. And do join me next time, where I'll be drinking something else.